You're listening to the Manifesting Miracles podcast. By tuning in today, you're dialing into your frequency of abundance. I'm Michelle J. Lamont, your manifestation master and guide. Ever since 2016, I've been obsessively dedicating my life to uncovering, dissecting, and analyzing every aspect of the practices and modalities in which we call manifestation. You see, you are truly more powerful than you can even imagine and fully capable of manifesting miracles on the daily. I'm going to teach you how to attract a life beyond your wildest dreams using your own divine power. So let's get started manifesting your miracles right now. Welcome to another enlightening episode of Manifesting Miracles. I'm your host, Michelle J. Lamont, here to sprinkle a little dash of humor and a dollop of insight and a whole lot of manifesting magic into our reality, baby. And if this is your first time tuning in to the magical, mystical, mathematical, scientific, and illogical world of manifesting, well, baby, hold on tight, because I got a series this summer that is going to blow your socks off. I want to help you manifest your dreams each and every single day. But listen, I know you tune in for advice, and advice is what is going to be given. I know you tune in to help you expand, and expanding is what we're going to do. I want you to know that we're going to embark on a transcendental journey into the realm of meditation, the mystical bridge that connects us to our higher selves and unlocks the door to manifesting our magic. So grab your manifestation capes, put your cosmic thinking caps on, and let's dive deep into the science, the benefits, and the invaluable tips that make meditating an essential ingredient into your manifestation recipe. Because if there's one thing that will absolutely change your game in manifestation, it's meditation. And I'm going to fill you in on the science behind it. I'm going to fill you in on how it's linked. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to tell you a story. But first, let me just say, if this is your first time tuning in to the magic, the mystical, and the marvelous Manifesting Miracles with me, Michelle J. Lamont, this is going to be the podcast that revolutionizes your life. You are going to really fly into a dimension you've never gone into. And I want you to start by listening to today's episode, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another. And it's really great if you can listen to it first thing in the morning or right before you're going to go to bed, allowing your frontal cortex, your reticular activation system, and all the aspects and the triggers in our brain that prevent us from allowing ourselves to be a manifester. And one of the things that took me down this rabbit hole was going to school to try to figure out why my computer was broken, why I was always doubting, why I would start to manifest and then stop. And if it wasn't important, if it wasn't essential, if it wasn't the keys to the cosmic relief of your freedom, do you think I would put so much fucking effort into it? No. I don't have time for that. We only have so many years on this little round rock hurling through space called Earth. And I want you to know that you have the power to unlock this. So let's start with the million-dollar question. Why should you meditate if you want to manifest? Well, my beloved, the answer lies within the realm of quantum physics and the inner workings of our magnificent, big, juicy brain. You see, when we meditate, we tap into the power of our subconscious mind, which acts as the superhighway to the universe. It's like getting an all-access pass to the cosmic control room. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Michelle, why are you talking about meditation again? I'm talking about meditation again because it has stopped me from wanting to unalive myself for the last 6 years. It has allowed me to manifest a one-on-one with celebrities, live in a house with $1 million water view. It allows me to help coach hundreds of thousands of people into their highest dimension and realm. It allows me to create ideas each and every week. It allows me to have patience. It allows me to manifest, and I cannot put it enough into words. So I'm I'm going to try today to let you understand that this all access pass to the cosmic control room can be accessed within 10 to 15 minutes. And I promise you, I guarantee that if you start meditating, no matter how you do it, when you do it, where you do it, your life will become better. You will manifest with less doubt and less insecurity. You see, scientists have discovered that during meditation, our brainwaves, they shift. They shift into a state known as alpha and theta frequencies. That, my friends, right there, the alpha and the theta is the secret sauce for manifesting. It's like turning your radio to the exact frequency of your dreams and desires, and you're a frequency. Everything is energy. And when energy is emanated, it becomes a frequency. And when you meditate, you dial into that alpha and theta frequency. And this doesn't take a lot, and it's easier than you think, you lazy ass. It's so powerful. So I just want to help you, and I just want you to understand, by meditating, you're aligning your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions with that quantum field, opening the floodgates for manifesting like a magic show. I mean, it really, really changes your life that much. But wait, there's more, like a 1990s commercial. You see, meditation isn't about conjuring up Lamborghinis or tropical vacations, although those are pretty cool. It's about the profound transformation that occurs within each and every one of us. You see, studies show that regular meditation practices do what? Reduce stress, enhance our focus. They help us be more creative. And for me, who used to never, ever, ever be able to sleep, like I was the ultimate insomniac. I could sleep maybe 3 or 4 hours a night. Guess what? I sleep 8 hours like a rock. I can sleep anywhere, on a plane, on a train, on a boat. It doesn't matter. I can sleep because I meditate. And when you sleep, you become a whole different motherfucking person. And it boosts our overall well-being and our happiness. It's like, in school, when they teach us all this bullshit we're never going to use, they should be teaching meditation. And the highest and the best students, if you're bougie and you send your kid to a good school, a private school, guess what they're learning? Meditation. You know how many parents get their kids off ADHD medicine because they meditate with them? That amygdala is just out of control. And it's like getting a cosmic makeover from the inside out. And I know. Let's discuss the elephant in the room. Time, distractions, doubts. Yep. Put a highlight on all three for me. When I went back to school to get my mindfulness cognitive therapy accreditation, when they told me that in order to change my amygdala, which is the thing that drives everything, it's your fight, flight, fear, fornicate, freeze. There's 7 triggers that starts with an F, but I just can't remember them all. That I had to meditate. I literally thought, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. It's hard to talk about, but it's true. It was dominating my life. It was controlling my every thought and action. And I know that we all live in a fast-paced world, but my fellow manifestors, where time seems to evaporate faster than a puddle in the desert. But fear not. The universe has got a really good sense of humor, and it's gifted us with a beautiful paradox. The more time we dedicate to meditation, the more time we seem to gain in return. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, like, Michelle, I don't have time. I've got kids screaming at me. I've got a husband that's not helping me. I've got a wife that's not helping me. I've got a partner that's not helping me. I've got a dog. I've got a job and a side hustle. I don't have time for that. But you see, time is a motherfucking illusion. Time was created by people who are wanting to control you. The universe has no time. The universe doesn't understand time. If you were to sit there and meditate with your angels and your guides and you're like, I want this in 10 days, they don't understand that. They only understand vibration, frequency, and energy. And the more time we dedicate to meditation, the more time eludes and expands and grows. Maybe you can start to think of it in this way. It's like a cosmic time warp, where those precious minutes, they expand and they expand, and the rest of your day seems to flow easier, softer, and better. And by giving yourself permission to simply sit down, connect with that higher, bigger self, and listen to the whispers of the universe, you'll find that time becomes your faithful ally on this incarnation here on Earth, the teaching planet. And I know what you're thinking. Michelle, I have all these distractions, the mischievous imps that love to test our focus and commitment. But I don't want you to dive right into fear, baby. We have a superpower of intention right at our disposal. And when you enter the meditation sanctuary, you set a clear intention to let go of the distractions and surrender to this present moment. Visualizing yourself in a bubble of cosmic concentrations where distractions just bounce off like water on a duck. And you know what? You got this. What quote do you hear me say if you've listened to more than 1, more than 5, more than 10, more than 20, more than 50, more than 100, 200, all 214 or 15? I don't know which episode this number will be. I always quote Buddha. And what is Buddha's, one of my favorite quotes from Buddha? Suffering is a choice. Suffering is a choice. I know that's hard to hear, but suffering is a choice. When you live in a moment that has already passed, or you are worried about a moment that has yet to occur, all you're doing is causing suffering. And that's where I would live. I would live in the empty, hollow hallways of my history. I would live in the moments of sexual misdeeds done to my little bitty body. I would delve into the time where my father just drove and left me away. I would drive into the times where I was beaten and put down and didn't have shoes to wear to school. I would then focus in when I could get back into the rhythm of the shit where I was in that moment, whether it was being an entrepreneur or being a publicist and now a professional manifestation and life coach, abundance and life coach, where I would start thinking of all the ways that things were going to fall apart. But how is it going to happen? That's your monkey mind. But when is it going to happen? That's your fear. But how? But where? But when? But who? It doesn't seem possible because your brain is completely out of whack. And those alpha and theta frequencies are not correlating. They're not allowing you to be in this moment right here. So when we're skeptical, that's doubt. And doubt is the voice that loves to reign on our manifestation parade and whispers like an evil genius, "Are you sure this works? Is this really going to happen? I don't think you're doing it right. I don't think you got it." But let me tell you something. Here's something I really need you to understand. Doubt is the ego's way of protecting itself from change. Doubt is the beginning of all failed manifestations. But we're here to step outside of the comfort zone, my fellow manifestors. Embrace the unknown, dance with uncertainty, and watch doubt scurry away. Because doubt is the ego's way of keeping you where you are right now, because it doesn't want you to get hurt. It doesn't want you to go backwards. It doesn't want you to be in anxiety. So it says, well, bitch, just stay right here with me. And that, my friends, is going to every single time hamper your ability to manifest. And when we have that little voice inside of our head that loves to talk to us, you're not doing it right. This whole manifestation thing is a load of baloney. Let me tell you a secret, my skeptical friend. Doubt is just fear disguised as logic. It's the ego's way of telling us to stay where you are. And I know it's hard to understand, and I know it's a hard concept to grasp, but we already know that the science backs this. We already know. I'm living proof. And if you've ever taken one of my digital courses, if you've ever taken one of my live courses, if you've ever hired me for 6 weeks to success, a 6 weeks coaching program that I offer, you can sign up right now, change your life in 6 weeks. You don't believe me? Go to my website, read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reviews of people just like you who never thought they could manifest, whose lives have simply changed overnight. Because, my friend, you are a manifesting master, and we've reached a pivotal moment in our journey. We've unlocked the secrets of meditation, dived deep into the quantum realm, and addressed the time, the distractions, and the doubts that have held us back. But this is just the beginning. Because when you sit there and allow yourself to become the master of your reality by tapping into the power of meditation, you will start to change your life. You're going to become a better parent. You're going to become a better friend to yourself and to everybody in your life. And I know it sounds counterintuitive. I get it. I understand. I know what you're thinking right now. Michelle, how is meditation and manifesting going to help? Well, see, one of the biggest things that happens when we meditate is that we remove fear, we remove doubt, we remove insecurity, because our brain takes a much deserved break. Your brain never gets a break. It doesn't. The subconscious mind is 70% of our brain, and it is dormant when we're awake. So if our subconscious mind is the control room, it's the cosmic control room to everything that we're going to create in frequency, energy, and vibration, then it is the key to manifesting anything into your reality. It is the 100% bulletproof way to create things in your reality. And when I started to learn about this in the mindfulness cognitive therapy, I learned about mindfulness. And we're going to go over mindfulness more, but I'm going to tell you a little story about the first time that I learned about the art of mindfulness. Mindfulness is like really being a good observer instead of just jumping to the conclusion. Maybe you do this right now. Maybe you know people who do this. You hear somebody talking and the other person isn't listening. And you can tell because immediately when you're done, they have already come up with a line or two that they want to give you. They never were really listening. What they were doing was they were waiting to speak because they're not being mindful. They're not being present. They're living in the future or they're living in the past. And in order to create a mind that has mindfulness at its threshold, it's your ability, the very first practice we ever did was mindfully observing a raisin. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I failed at this really bad. They said, all right, we are going to hold this raisin next to our ears and listen to it. First our right ear, then our left ear. Then we're going to put it in front of our face and we're going to close one eye and look at it, then the other eye, and then look at it head on. And then we're going to put it up to our nostril, and you're going to put your finger on one side of your nostril and take a deep breath, and then on the other side of the nostril, and then you're going to put it into your hands and your fingers, and you're going to play with it. And so I'm sitting here in this class with all these people who are doctors and psychologists and psychopharmacists, and I'm neither and none of those things, okay? I'm just somebody who 90 days prior to enrolling had tried to unalive herself. I went to therapy and they gave me all of these drugs, Adderall, to stay awake and to be alert, Xanax because the Adderall was causing more anxiety. And then, what was the other one? It was like a sleep one. And I can't think of the name, but it like knocks you out. And those were the exact two of those. It was Xanax and Ambien. And those were the two chemical drugs that I used to unalive myself. And I'm not saying that therapy doesn't work. I want you to do what's best for you on your path and your journey. But if you start meditating and you start practicing mindfulness, not only will you be happier, will you be more alert, will you be more aware, will you be more connected to this world and this life that you're here to, that you came to incarnate on. This is Earth, the teaching planet. The rules are simple. Love yourself. Be good to yourself. Protect yourself at all costs. Why? Why is that the number one rule? Because when you love yourself and you're good to yourself and you take care of yourself, you have the wherewithal to do it for everybody in your life. Whether it's your employer, whether you're the employer, whether it's your partner, whether it's your children, whether it's your pets, whether it's your family. Because what you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. And in order for you to be a mindful, manifesting master, you're going to have to understand that all of those reasons that you give yourself to not sitting down and meditating, well, it's just your brain trying to be logical and trying to keep you safe and content in where you are. But let me ask you something. Let me ask you one question. How's it going? Do you live in the dream house that you want? Do you have the freedom to wake up when you want? Do you have the freedom to go to bed when you want? Do you have the freedom to just take off if your kid's sick for a couple of days? If you're not feeling up to par, can you just shut the blinds, shut the windows, order some pizzas and binge on Netflix for a few days? If you're not living in a reality in which you would create over and over and over again, what reality are you tapped into? What cosmic forces in this universe are you subject to? Because here on Earth, the teaching planet, we're in one solar system, but there's like 156 billion solar systems. And we're in one with these planets aligned all up and down. And you know what they found? The universe is expanding. So let me get back to the fucking reason. I naturally have ADHD. I naturally have dyslexia. These are things that I was born with. I was left-handed. They made me right. Why? When I moved from Colombia to New York, Colombia the country, we were in Cali to be specific, or maybe Bogota, I don't remember, Bogota. When we moved to the United States, back to the United States, when I was in school in New York, and the East Coast school system was much different than the Bible Belt of Texas. And in the Bible Belt, they told my mother, and this is a quote that my aunt ended up telling me because my mother couldn't believe it. Oh, Michelita or Michelle will never be able to get married because left-handed people are too weird, right? Like the whole premise of my existence was to pop out a baby and be attached to some dude, like WTF, seriously. But that's how they think. That's why these rules and regulations and these laws keep changing to adapt to a book that was written and rewritten and re-edited over and over and over again. We don't really know. People say the Akashic records are the true Bible, but how do we know? How do we truly know? What we do know is the mind, because we can study it and we can put facts onto it. We can measure things. And when we're measuring the mind, the people who are billionaires, the people who are intelligent, the people who are successful, they all have one thing in common. They are mindful. They meditate. There's a great quote from J.P. Morgan, who's also one of the big destroyers of the country America. People think that Rockefeller and JP Morgan were great. No, they were just masters of dominating. Okay. What did JP Morgan say? It's a famous quote. Millionaires don't look at astrology. Billionaires do. And if you think that billionaires are looking at astrology and they're not looking at meditating and they're not practicing mindfulness, then you don't know a damn thing. You want to know what the most expensive high-end coaches in the world teach you? Meditation. You're going to pay $10,000 a month to work with somebody like Tony Robbins and some of these guys that are out here doing, and probably even more, high C-level coaching. Every single program starts with meditation. Why? Why? Because it will change the structure of your brain. It will change the compound of your brain. Now back to the reason. So they hand us each a box. They take a box and they say, take a raisin out of the box. And so I was like, I want my own damn box. I don't want these other people digging through the raisin box. And they were like, okay, Michelle, you're so extra. And I'm like, yep, that's right. I'm extra. And I get my own little raisin box, and they tell us the instructions. And I put it up to my ear, and I put it my other ear, my eye, my nose, and my mouth. And then I just popped it in my mouth. And they were like, and then when you get to the point where you're ready to put it on your mouth, curl it against your tongue and swish it around your mouth. Okay, from start to finish, I was done in 90 seconds. This was supposed to be a 30-minute mindfulness practice. I'm like, what? 30 minutes to look at, smell, taste, conjure up the palate of a raisin? It's a fucking raisin, bro. No, I don't have that kind of ability. It took me nearly 4 months to be able to mindfully observe a raisin. But guess what? I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to sit down for 10 minutes every morning, right after you wake up, and listen to a guided meditation. Now, preferably, it would be on one of my meditation mugs, but you can simply go to YouTube and find 10-minute guided meditation. You can find them by Dr. Wayne Dyer. You can find them by Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can find them by Dolores Cannon. You can find them by Esther Hicks. You can find them by Louise Mays Hayes. You can find them by Sarah Prout. You can find them by any powerful, cosmically connected creator. And every morning you are taking back your life and you're gaining the power of your manifestation journey, this mystical, magical journey in which you become the creator of your reality. And you will never regret, you will never, ever, ever regret investing in yourself. I promise you, it will bring you more opportunities, more manifestations. It's going to reduce your fear, reduce your insecurity, reduce that imposter syndrome. And I'm going to create, this is one of a part of a series of 3 that I want to dedicate to meditating because it's that important. And in our next episode, we're going to dive deeper into the enchanting world of meditation. I want to explore different techniques, from guided meditations to mantras, to helping you find the one that aligns with your cosmic energy, baby. So I want you to stay tuned and keep those manifestation vibes high. And remember, you're only one meditation away from manifesting your miracles. And I want to thank you so much once again for joining me on this transformational journey and the episodes that I've created here at Manifesting Miracles. I want you to listen to me. You are worthy, you are loved, and you are known. I love you. I love you. I know you. I need you. I need you to meditate. I need you to do one thing today differently. Taking nice, long, deep breaths for 10 minutes. And you're like, Michelle, I can't. There's kids, there's dogs, there's this. Lock yourself in the bathroom. Turn off the lights. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. And set a 10-minute timer. And every time you say to yourself, like, oh my God, did that email come in? Or did this happen? Think of one of the things that I always tell people is Think of a sticky note right in front of your face, and that email or that Instagram or that TikTok or whatever it was, the thought, the kid, the job, the husband, the partner, the friend, the relative, whatever is coming, encroaching on this precious little 10 minutes you're going to give yourself, write it on that imaginary sticky note and say, I'll be with you in 10 minutes. And let that monkey mind go back to what you were doing. I like to start with a guided meditation, but everybody's different. And all the frequencies impact different areas of our chakras. And we already know how vital the chakras are to us manifesting. So let's end with our chant, our mantra, our connection. And for those of you listening from all around this beautiful blue marble in Africa, the continent of Africa, and all the countries within it, North America, South America, the people who are listening in London, in Spain, in Portugal, in Uruguay, in Norway, in Sweden, I'm trying to think of it, in Tibet, in Germany, in Russia. I get different people reaching out to me all the time, telling me where they live, and I'm trying to give you a shout out. We try to end every episode with these words. Everything is always working out for me. We say that 3 times, and then we repeat everything 3 times. So let's get into it. Everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Again, everything is always working out for me. Everything. Again, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything. Everything is always working out for you. And if you've enjoyed our cosmic exploration, be sure to subscribe, leave me a celestial review right there in iTunes, and share this manifestation love with your fellow friends, family, coworkers, exes. Text it in your group chats, post it on Instagram, post it on TikTok. I pray for you, I meditate for you, and remember, my friends and my family here, meditation is the key that unlocks the portal to your wildest dreams, baby. All right, producers, cue that music. Thanks for listening to this episode of Manifesting Miracles. Now it's time for you to take action. I invite you to hang out with me just a little bit more by signing up for my newsletter. You'll get instant exclusive access to the practices that will chart your own path to abundance and, yes, spark that highest version of you. Head to the show notes right now so you don't miss a thing. Now listen, I fucking believe in you. And it's now time for you to win. Yes!